Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to get into some questions from the audience. This is a question from somebody who's been around for a while with us, and he asks, the value of rental cards is so significant at this moment, it almost detracts from actually playing the game. And is that a problem? Does that need to be fixed? Is that just part and parcel of what blockchain gaming is, because these assets are meaningfully valuable and they appreciate over time? And maybe that means that rental costs are always going to get higher and higher for certain key cards because they're so important to that that income generating opportunity. Let's talk about it in this video today. Let's get into it. So Growth says, and Growth, he's been here for a while. He's been dropping comments for, I'm thinking since 2021. And he says, Dwayne, since you asked for content suggestions, I'm personally very tuned in when you talk about ways to improve the game. For example, like you said, the game is still in a state where it's better money-wise to rent out your deck than play. Do you think this can be fixed, or is it just a result of the bear market? Now, to ask, can this be fixed, is actually to imply that it should be fixed. And I think there's an interesting conversation there before we go any further, because think about it. So on the one hand, I understand the sentiment, the intention, the desire, like the thinking is the game should be enjoyable for its own sake, for the opportunity and the fun and the entertainment. That's what games are, right? They are fun and entertaining. And so we should be first and foremost brought to the game in order to play it, like out of desire to enjoy the game. That would be really awesome if the game was so thrilling and wonderful and exciting that we came to it every single day because we were desperate to play the mechanic of the game. And I think to some extent that's here. Like, I do agree that this game is fun to play, and so that is a reality to some extent. But these things are always a spectrum. Is it perfectly exciting and always super entertaining? No, there's times where you get stuck with bad matches, or it's hard to find a match, or you can't play your favorite splinter or whatever, and for whatever reason it's not perfectly entertaining. And so if you acknowledge and admit that the game is not perfectly attention grabbing, and yet that's okay, then you have to acknowledge that there is a spectrum of opportunity that would at times not grab you. Meaning, there are moments when this game will be available to play that you will simply say, no thank you, not today, because it is not perfectly attention grabbing. And no game ever is. That's the thing too. When you imply that it's a problem that people prefer to rent cards as opposed to play the game, I think there's an assumption that we could get to a place that would make it so desirable that they would never turn away for rental profits. And I think that's the first kind of mistake built into the comment. No one can ever make a game that's so exciting, especially in a realm of blockchain NFT gaming where you can own the assets and profit from them through rental processes. There is always going to be somebody and certain communities that are going to say, I would rather rent than play. So the game can't be quote unquote fixed to keep us from renting. That's point number one. And I think also point number two, the game is attractive because we can rent. That's interesting that it's connected, obviously, and but it's different. The game, part of the attraction here for Splinterlands at all is the fact that we can rent these assets, that you can garner profit from the assets you're earning from playing, using your time and attention, forevermore. That's really, really revolutionary. And so the fact that mere opportunity is going to mean that certain people are always going to desire rental, to offer their assets as rental first. They don't maybe even care about playing the game, and that needs to be allowed. That needs to be, we need to be okay with that. Why? Because it actually means there's a whole other audience of people who are going to buy our assets. Not just those who want to play the game, but those who recognize the game's value and want to invest in it and see that they can garner some kind of profit out of it. That's okay. Those people are putting money on the table. I like that. So we can't stop this outlet, and we shouldn't want to stop this outlet. But when you talk about how there's more money in renting versus playing, and maybe that's a problem, I start to come on board with you and say, yeah, there's a bit of a problem there. So what's going on there? Let's step back and try to understand why there would be more profit in renting than playing. First of all, I think they've gone a long way to improve the reward mechanic, and everything they've done recently around changing the reward system has been, I think, generally speaking, really, really a significant improvement. But we've heard me complain before, the rewards at the lowest level are potentially far greater than the rewards at the highest level from the perspective of number of loot chests. And again today, this week, in July 12th is today's date, and 2 days ago was the town hall, and Yaba said in the town hall that whether you're a champion or whether you're bronze, you have the opportunity to get the same number of chests in this new reward system. And I think that's actually indicative of a major misunderstanding that Splinterlands development team have made in this new rank reward system. And it's the one main problem that continues to linger in the reward system, which is this. Like I said, he said at bronze and champion you can earn the same amount of chests. No, you can't. You can theoretically earn the same amount of chests, but understand, if you start the season in bronze and you're earning bronze chests, you can get 200-300 chests that season by putting collection power into that account, by renting cards, by moving cards from a different account that you already own them in and putting them on that bronze level account, and fighting every single day to grind as high as you can, probably into diamond, or maybe if you're lucky into champ. That I've never done that, but I have gone bronze to diamond, and you can get 25 chests a day, and you can get 150 chests a season, and that's so far separate from what is available to you at champion. Now, critics will say, but the champion chests are so good. I forget that. That's not the point. The point was that there is the statement was that we can get the same amount of chests. No, we can't. Not at champion and diamond versus bronze. No way you can. Period. Full stop. If you took 300,000 power and moved it from account 1 this season starting at bronze, and then account 2 next season starting at bronze, and account 3, you're going to get 200 to 300 chests every season for the next forevermore, because you could rotate those 2 or 3 accounts, always starting in bronze. And so that's not to say, all of that to say that there is a problem within the mechanic of the reward system, and they know that, and they're working on it, and they will get there. They will fix that. It's really important to understand that that is part of why there is better money in renting than there is in playing. What do I mean? All of that initial complaint I just raised around the bronze level rewards compared to diamond or champion or whatever is part of why it really is financially viable to come into the marketplace and pay these rental fees to equip their starter deck and achieve rewards, right? Think about it. No one's paying those rental fees that we are all benefiting from right now unless it's garnering significant loot chests and rewards within those loot chests. But because bronze is paying so many chests, it is driving rental card values higher. And yet, rental card values are still significantly lower than what it would cost to put the financial investment, the long-term investment, to equip these accounts. So if you needed to buy 300,000 power, that's still going to be pretty penny. My account DE Cunningham has roughly 350,000 power, I think, and it's got almost 400,000 power, but it's at $6,000 US. And this is a strong account, and it's got some decent summoners. So I've got a level 6 Kellia, Brood, Thaddeus Brood, Obsidian, General Sloan, and then a level 5 Tarsa and a level 5 Kretch Televor. So it's a gold level equipped deck, but it crushes in diamond and does just fine. And it has nearly 400,000 power, $6,000 worth of cards. I can play this account and move it to another account and another account and another, and rotate and rotate and rotate, starting at bronze and earning 300 chests a season. And you might say, but that it would be better to earn 70 chests in diamond. And I would say to you, okay, that might be so, but why do we have one of the co-founders and the main developers telling us that we can get the same number of rewards chests? We don't, we can't, that's not true. So there's perhaps a misunderstanding there. And I say that out of critique because it is pointing to the issue that you're asking about with rental card values. Because as long as you can get 200-300 chests playing bronze, there absolutely is a desire that we are creating. We are incentivizing low level accounts to rent into diamond. That's what we are incentivizing right now, more than anything else. Yes, champion level rewards are amazing. Diamond level rewards are really good. Even gold and silver are great, but bronze is so inexpensive and effective and replicable that for the cost investment and the time investment, it is too easy for what it is. And so either high level rewards should go up or low level rewards should go down, but something should tweak. And that would, if that something in one of those two directions tweaked, I think what you would find is more cards consolidated into fewer accounts competing at higher levels, which would mean less desire for rentals to fill out ghost card accounts that are alts that are trying to get these bronze level, loot chests. And so that's the problem. I think that's your question is alluding to. Like you're complaining, or you're not complaining. You're inquiring about how we would improve the desire to rent versus play. How would we make this game more? Everyone wants to play it and people aren't so interested in renting it. Like I said at the beginning, I think that first, we don't necessarily even see eye to eye on the fact that that's a good thing. I actually believe it's a really amazing thing that people want to rent these cards. Second, I think that that's part of that's actually part of the revolution of this space. And three, I don't think we can make the game perfectly desirable. So you're always going to have, if you can create rental revenue opportunities for these assets, you're always going to have certain people who seek that opportunity rather than play it. All of that's okay. The one thing I think that quote unquote could be fixed is looking at how the reward structure works, because at the lowest levels we are incentivizing new accounts playing from bronze, grinding to diamond, using rentals for cards they don't own. And that desire, that incentive is why, in large part, the rental card market has gone so crazy, because it is really, really significantly rewarding to do that. And I can show you. I mean, let's go. This will be the last thing, and we'll leave it here. Splinter share, and we go over to 1258. Okay, so here's 1258's account. This is one of my alt accounts. This account has 237,000 power. There's a few decent summoners here. Actually, there's some good summoners here. Wow. Level 8 Quidyup. I didn't even know I had that. But 240,000 power, whatever I said. It's by no means a champion deck. It's like too low for a diamond. But it gets significant rewards. And when we go over to splintershare.info, we can see that through July, which is only 12 days, I've earned $15 by my scholar playing this account. $15 US. And this is very rentable. Like, you could definitely rent cards to achieve this sort of reward. And I would argue even better is available to you, assuming you played the account. So for about 200,000 power and a little bit of time and attention, you can get, $1 a day playing this game. And for sure, the rental cards are going to be less than that. $1 a day is what, 1,500 SDC or something like that. It's simply too easy to achieve significant rewards for minimum financial investment and time. And that's the problem that ultimately I think you're pointing to when you ask, why are so many people renting versus playing? So in order to solve it, if we need to solve it at all, I think we would need to point toward the lower level economy rewards being as significant as they are. And look, I actually see unintended consequences if we change that, because we were going to disincentivize, I would argue, newer players from coming to the game. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do here. But I do think that there's something of a problem there. I also see some value in what's happening, and in that we can rent those, and that's a good thing. These things are complicated, Kroths, man. These are really complicated questions and topics. Great comment. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks everybody for your time and attention. Have an amazing day. God bless.